Alright, so guys, we need to have a little bit of a talk about controllers and um, mobile players, and PC players as well. They're in there too. But as most of you are most likely aware, I am anti-controller and anti-PC because they're both basically hacks. But hear me out real quick if you don't agree. Let's say we are in a water gun fight. We're probably in the typical second grade or so. Um, I got a little squirt gun, and then I look over to my right, and there's I don't know, some fifth grader with a super soaker. I got a tiny little squirt gun with a little bit of a trigger. It cost me like $1 at the dollar store because my mom wouldn't let me buy anything over $1. Yeah, because she's like, you're not getting anything bigger because you're just gonna make a mess or some shit. We got this fifth grader with his mom just basically letting him have whatever the fuck he wants. Um, who do you think's about to win that? Um, which one are you picking? Squirt gun or giant ass water gun or super soaker? It's one of the more popular brands, but yeah, little plastic squirt gun or like we got a giant ass water gun with like a pump action motherfucking system and it just sprays a constant stream of water at you. Yeah, not cool, is it? And then we got this PC motherfucker bringing the whole ass hose over. Yeah, they're both done, right? Doesn't make sense. So which one of those are you picking? Obviously the hose. Or maybe that super soaker if you feel like you can take the PC player. But you ain't nobody about to pick that little ass squirt gun. I'm that little ass squirt gun. What am I meant to do against both of them? It's not fair, bro. It's just not. You're just gonna end up getting sprayed. It's not fair. Same as in Pixel Gun. You go again. Sorry, my bad. You go against a controller player or a PC player who's actually decent at the game, which most of them currently are, and I'm aware of. And you got an Android phone, which you, by the way, cannot even hook up a controller to. Unless you buy some expensive ass, exotic looking ass controller that somehow is able to do this shit. Which I'm not aware of any, actually. I've looked far and wide, not really researched them, but I just know they don't really exist. And there's also the possibility that, if there even is one, might not even work with this. And I'm not even going to buy one. I'm not. And we got these iPhone players over here. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Buy an iPhone in order to play this game with a controller? Like, I'm not about to do that. I don't even want to play this game with a controller because it's not fair for those people who don't have money to do so. Like, we got these, like, 6th graders and shit. Like they got their mom saying, no, you can't buy shit on this game. They gotta get pelted with ads all the time, and they gotta deal with controller players and PC players aiming too fucking well. Because Pixelgun refuses to do anything about the controller and PC situation versus the Android players who can't even hook up a controller to their phones. So this is just retarded. I'm sorry, that is the word. Because there's not really anything I can do against controller players because they simply have too much control over the game in lieu of my control over the game. Because I gotta use one whole ass thumb to do everything that they can do by just having their hands in that position already. Like, we got controller players, they got their hands already on all of the buttons. That's not even a joke. They have their hands on all the buttons, and they don't even have to move anything. They only have to slightly move their thumbs and shit, but me, I have to use my whole ass right thumb to literally reach across my screen to touch one button. Now, I know some people, like, use their other hand to, like, stop moving for, like, a moment, and then they hit that button with their left thumb, but I'm not about to do that, because I like moving. But You know, that's them. And it still doesn't really end up being enough most of the time. They're like, oh, you gotta practice, you gotta get better, then maybe we can have another one for when we win. No! No, 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 no. That's not how it works. You think practicing with that tiny little squirt gun is gonna make me better against that dude who can literally just spray me with a friggin' super soaker? Or a friggin', you know, hose? Like, it don't work that way. Like, you can't practice against something that's just hacking, basically. Like, it doesn't work. I know Demon's probably gonna be in the chat like, oh no, bro, you just gotta practice. What is this MF talking about? Like, he's just being dumb. He's being salty. Like, no, no. Like, how would you feel if some motherfucker with a hose came and sprayed you against your tiny little squirt gun? Sure, you might hit him a couple times, but what's that really gonna do? I mean, come on, he's not gonna drop the hose, bro. I keep turning off because I'm talking so much. But I mean, listen. Then he just sprays you and he's like, salty. Like, what the fuck is that? And then the super soaker motherfucker comes in and sprays you in the back. Like, he's like, yeah, he definitely is. Like, that's not cool. And you guys wonder why I get so mad about these things. Because it's just not fair. Okay, it's not. Like, most of you have read the title of this video and like, oh my god, here we go again. He's complaining about controllers. Like, no. I'm complaining because it's just not right. It's not fair. It's just too unfair. So either Pixelgun 3D needs to do something about this, or, you know, we need to have some sort of a controller that can play on this game that's like universally accepted by people. You know, honestly, Pixelgun, I really just recommend nerfing controller a little bit in PC. Like, you just need to make their aim worse. Don't even give them aim assist if they use a controller. Like, give them, like, something that, like, buffs that, no, not buff. We're not buffing that squirt gun. I mean, no, we're not buffing that super soaker or that hose. We ain't buffing motherfuckers like that. We ain't putting a nozzle on that hose. Okay, we ain't buying Tommy over here a new, you know, super soaker with like a super soaker 2000 2.0 innator or whatever. Like, you know, we ain't doing that. We need to nerf controller. We need to nerf PC. We need to nerf their aim. It isn't fucking fair. And I'm sorry for my use of foul language, but at the same time, you understand where it's all coming from. It needs to stop. It needs to get better. Alright. That's gonna be it for now. I hope this has changed your understanding as to why I get so mad when I get controller players and PC players in my lobby, especially hackers. Hackers versus PC players, I don't even know which one would win anymore. It could be either. Hackers are pretty good, but PC players just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure. I mean, maybe the hacker, but maybe the PC player, depending on the hacks. Like, that's how good they are. Like, it's literally not even debatable. You see I'm holding the thermal ultra size. I've been playing this game a little bit. Right? It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Alright. Hope we've learned something today.